We are at the half of another matchup for the University of Health Sciences and Pharmacy Eutectics. Women back at home after a couple busy weekends on the road. Assistant Sports Information Director Greg Tadish. Our at the half segment, our guest today, Elizabeth Allanach. And you guys have been playing very well so far. I know 2 weekends ago, you had to match up with a fourth-ranked team in the country. That didn't go your way, but this past weekend, couple of road victories. What do you generally make of sitting 3-2 opening conference play today, 5 games in, and kind of where you guys are right now? On track, ahead of track? Are you not happy with that?
I'd say we're on track. I'd say that we as a team are super happy with where we are. Going into conference play, 3-2 is definitely a positive for our team, and we're looking forward to seeing how the conference plays out.
Let's backtrack a little bit to the exhibition match at SEMO Monday. I thought the atmosphere was super interesting. 2,200 people, not as many as you guys normally play in front of. Granted, a lot of them were 8-year-olds, but they made a ton of noise. Was that intimidating at all, being in such a different environment and given the level of the opponent?
I'd say that we, as a team, actually really enjoyed the environment. We don't get to play in front of a lot of fans typically, so getting to hear all the cheers and the screams, whether they were positives or whatnot, was a super fun environment to play in. So.
And then you go on the road this past weekend out to McPherson, Kansas, out in Wichita. First game, handle your business against Haskell. The second game from Saturday's report against Northern New Mexico, it seemed like you may have been challenged and really had to battle to get a win that day. Is that so far one of the better wins so far this year?
I'd say it was definitely a team effort. We just pulled together as a team for those wins. We win by 1, you win by 20, a win's a win. So we just had to take what we got and played together as a team pretty well. So, yeah.
You were honored in the first home game of the year for surpassing 1,000 career points late last year. What did that mean to you? What does that benchmark kind of sit with you as far as your career?
I'd say it's definitely an accomplishment that I had set freshman year. I think reaching 1,000 points is pretty good, but I couldn't have done it without my teammates and the help of them. So, yeah.
I scout each of you guys on Twitter and social media before we sit and do these things to try to do some homework and get some fodder for conversation. You and your dad are very visible and active on Twitter, and you post a lot about Texas. And I know you're out of Aledo, Texas high school and a 2019 signee. What does Texas mean to you? Because you guys seem to be very tied into what's still going on down there.
I don't know. Texas is my home state, and I definitely love Texas and what it has to offer. It's what I would consider home. So I don't know. We like our Texas.
Talking with Elizabeth Allanach, our guest at the half for this matchup today against Central Baptist. You're in an interesting situation. You've got another family member, a sister, who's also playing basketball, Division I basketball. How much has Lucy and the relationship between you two meant on the floor to be able to have somebody that you know and you trust inherently that you can tell anything to and get feedback from truthfully and trustworthy wise?
I'd say it's been really beneficial, especially in the summers when we're both home. We'll go and work out and shoot at the gym and do different weights and whatever. But I'd say having her feedback, she's a pretty honest person, and sometimes it's not what you want to hear, but I'd say her honesty has helped my game tremendously throughout the years. So.
Are you guys able to follow each other during the season as much as you'd like?
Not as much as we'd like, no. I mean, I'd like to get to, watch some of her games, and I know she'd like to watch some of mine, but when we can and our schedules allow it, we try to watch each other's games as much as possible.
I was talking with Jason Utalisa before this past Saturday's game for the Med against Southeastern Illinois, and he kept talking about conference play. Conference play starts next week. It's on the radar screen, right? Yes. Is that so much bigger, the conference part of the season, for the women as well, compared to what you've been going through for the first 5? It certainly was for him. He knew all about it and was like, we have to be playing well when the conference starts. Do you echo those same sentiments that these games are so much bigger?
I'd say that our Coach Race, scheduled our preseason games to help prepare us for the conference play. So we took the preseason games very seriously and used those as a learning opportunity to see what us as a team needed to improve on and work on throughout the weeks leading up to conference. So yes, conference play is big and we're ready to go, but also the games we've played prior to conference have been important too. So
there's no doubt the women are sort of enjoying one of the best stretches of basketball historically at this university ever. After a 20-win season last year, the best ever, what were expectations this year? Because the natural tendency is, we got to be better, got to do better than last year, got to be better always. Is that attainable? Is that sustainable? Was that really the goal coming into this year? Where were you at with that?
I'd say our goal as a team is to make the NAIA tournament, is to win. Last year we came off of a loss that we felt as a team we should have prepared better and done better. Perform better, I guess. But we're ready this year to come back and win for that conference tournament. And
Coach Reese also told me, good news for you, it won't take long before your first road trip to Hannibal LaGrange, which I know is a favorite place of yours to play. Why is that?
I don't.
He told me that was your favorite place to go play.
He's joking. That's not.
What's your disdain for that place?
I don't even know. I think it was just an atmosphere. I don't think we've played there for like 2 years. Yeah. It's been 2 years since we played there. So it was a tough game. We had lost our starting point guard, Grace Beyer, and the team was kind of struggling to figure out the dynamics. And that game was one of the early games without her. So we struggled a bit, but we need our point guard. So yeah, Hannibal was a little rough, but we're ready to go back and show them how we actually play basketball. So
little point guard's pretty good. 3 straight weeks she's been named the AMC Player of the Week. That came out earlier this week as well. How much pressure do you guys feel, and I say you guys, the rest of the team? She's obviously the headline player, but she's also expecting you and the rest of the group to do the things that you're supposed to do. Do you feel the pressure to do that? Because the games I've sat and watched so far, and it's early in the season, I get it. I sense a lot of players sort of defer to her. Like, I'm going to pass on this shot because she's supposed to get it. That kind of thing. Do you feel any of that, or are you comfortable with what you're being asked to do?
I'd say we're pretty comfortable. There are different roles on the team, and I think as a team, if we each fulfill our role, then we will be successful as a team. Grace is very successful in her scoring and being a team leader. And so I think with her being at the lead and all of us filling in the gaps, I think that works pretty well when we work together as a team.
Well, you went for 20 on Friday and 19 on Saturday against Northern New Mexico. Are you starting to get more comfortable in the scoring realm? Because I think that's a big part of what this team misses is other weapons other than just always her. Right. You can do that. Mackenzie can do that. We'll talk to her coming up for the game coming up on Saturday. Do you feel that your scoring is starting to round out now that you've had back-to-back really solid games?
I think so, and I think that's just getting more confidence in your offensive game and just using your team that's on the floor with you to help utilize those points as well. So
appreciate you sitting in. Good to talk to you. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Elizabeth Allanach, our guest at the half. Greg Tadish with you. Back to the College Cast crew coming up in a moment.